Hey guys, my name is Ashton Burkle. I'm here with Eric Kari. Um, Thanks for coming tonight. We are recording this webinar tonight, and we'll be distributing it later this week. So with that, we will now go ahead and begin. This webinar is to inform you about the Scouts BSA open house event that is coming up here in a few months. It is a council-wide troop open house. It is on October 10th this year at 6:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. It will be in your troop's communities, and your troop does select its location to hold the open house. Please invite all Arab Lights if you have any in your community, and flyer to the 5th and 6th grade classrooms, if possible, to distribute them if your school allows it. We will also be doing a Facebook event boost. This is the rough agenda for the event. There should be a pre-opening, conducting a simple action game for the earlier rivals, and please have it be scouting related. Then there will be an opening, flag ceremony, scout oath and law, which we suggest you having it written on a whiteboard or distributed to the guests for them to refer to. And then after that, it will be welcoming the guests. Then after the opening, there should be a skill time for the youth. So these are suggested activities, such as the hot spark, or just starting a fire with flint and steel. Of course, that depends on the weather. Knot relay, mapping compass orientation, and then initiative games, so team building. While the skills building is going on, there will be a parent orientation. It is to explain the ideas and values of scouting, introducing the troop leadership and the organization to the parents. If your troop has a calendar, it'd be great if you could distribute that to the guests. The orientation is also to explain summer camp opportunities as well as any other scouting events that could be coming up, as well as to explain to the parents the cost of scouting, such as books, uniforms, the overall picture. To join, the Arrow Lights are welcome to invite youth to join their troop after finishing the Arrow Lights requirements. They're also welcome to invite youth to participate in joint den/troop campouts if your den or troop have any planned. And they're also welcome to invite 4th grade rebels if there are any in your area. 5th and 6th graders, if there are at least 11 years old, for them to join, they just simply need to start filling out the applications. To close the event, there should be a Scoutmaster Minute, a closing flag ceremony, and refreshments are optional for the event. That's up to your troop to decide if they want that, and if they do, to determine if they can afford it. Now, in the time leading up to the event, we will be promoting our Weeblos Adventure Camp. but what you guys can do, no later than August 24th, your troop needs to be committed to participating or not in the open house event on October 10th. By September 6th, your location needs to be confirmed. Once again, it is up to you. It can be where you usually meet, somewhere new, like a park, of course, that's weather fitting. By September 16th, your troop needs to identify 5th and 6th graders that aren't in Cub Scouting that they personally invite to join. By September 20th, all invitations will be mailed to all Arab Lights by the council's office. By September 23rd, the Facebook event boost should be posted and done for your community. Once again, that's something the council will be taking care of. By October 4th, your troop needs to follow up phone calls to Arab Lights that you have invited to attend. Also, by October 4th, scouting BSA flyers should be distributed to the 5th and 6th grade classrooms if possible. And then finally, on October 4th, scouts should practice the skills that they have planned for the event and plan who is doing exactly what for the event. On October 7th, please follow up with your Arab Lights with a reminder to attend the event. Then, of course, on October 10th, the troop open houses event will be held. Then the following day on October 11th, please follow up. You should follow up with everyone that attended and thank them for coming. Then on the week of October 14th, you should have an active first meeting with hands-on activities for the new scouts that joined your troop. With that done, I will now have Eric Kari present the materials and the remainder information for the event. And this will be emailed to everyone as soon as we can.
Sure. Thanks, Ashton. Appreciate your help and volunteering for this great event in our council. Yeah. So what I'm showing everybody on their screen, and we're going to email out, is kind of a packet of information. We'll also send out the PowerPoint we just threw up, but it's got kind of an overview of the things we talked about. Talks about a little bit about Weebo Scout transition, peer-to-peer recruiting, which is huge. Getting friends to invite friends. Then here's kind of a sample agenda. I think one of the important things to note is the blank lines on the right-hand side. Who is going to do each thing? As most of you know, troops are supposed to be youth-led, so it's really important to put a youth in each one of those slots. The parent orientation probably more than likely is going to be geared or is going to be facilitated by a leader in your troop. But it is important that, again, that we get the youth up front and the youth are leading as much as possible. But the adults can still be there just to make sure that, if questions come up or things happen, they can help however they can. Here is a kind of a suggested open house kit. Put these materials together and you'll be able to do all the activities listed, including fire starting, knot tying, orienteering, initiative games, and information on the parent meeting. So all these things can be there. And here is some samples of different initiative games that you can conduct. If you guys certainly have other ideas that maybe are more fitting to your facility that you're using for your open house, certainly do that. Or if you plan to do it outside but can't do it outside, again, adjust accordingly. Here's a typical outdoor camp checklist. This comes right from the troop handbook, or scout handbook. So you can utilize that to share that with parents and scouts so they know what to bring on a typical camp out. And then here's a suggested first meeting plan so that when you are after this open house, here's a suggested active first meeting, as Ashton said. It's really important that first meeting after the open house will be very active and engaging. So sitting and planning a troop camp out for 45 minutes is not very engaging. So make it very fun, make it very engaging, make it exciting for those new kids and the new parents.
Be starting related if possible.
Yep, absolutely. Definitely focus on the activities and things, particularly that those scouts will learn in their first year. There's a lot of great ideas on the internet that you can come up with, but again, there's some sample ideas. A sample letter to parents who did not re-register in scouting. So this is a letter that could be sent out to families that maybe were in your troop previously, maybe were in the pack, but now would be eligible. We can work with you on those as well. Here's a simple new letter for new scouts, and certainly a follow-up call. Again, I think it's really critical that, as Ashton said, that we make those follow-up phone calls. Thank everybody for coming. I really encourage the scouts to do that. So maybe maybe there's a time when you get 4 or 5 of your scouts together buying pizza and have them sit and make some phone calls to all the families, talk to the kids, talk to the parents, and have them thank the scouts for coming. So with that, we've got a couple of questions coming in. So hold on just a second. Let me get back to my PowerPoint here. Let's see. Whoops. Oh, wrong one. Okay, there we go. So question came in. Do we have to do it on October 10th? Ashton, what's the answer to that? Do they need to do it on October 10th?
Yes, it absolutely has to be done on October 10th. We know it's an unusual night for starting meetings, but in order to make this as successful as possible, it must be done October 10th.
Okay. See, another question came in. So they're saying, okay, I think if I understand this, they want to know that at this point, the only thing that they need to let us know is if they're going to participate and the location, but we need those by August 24th, if I remember right here. Let me go back to that slide. Is that correct, Ashton? Am I right on that? That's all we need? Yep. So that's all we need to know right now, right? Is if they're going to participate and their location, but we need that by August 24th. Is that right?
For participation, yes, we must know by August 24th. But location-wise, we need to know no later than September 6th.
Oh, yep, you're absolutely right. My apologies on that. So thanks for that correction. Somebody asked about distributing flyers. We'll work unit by unit on that. We know some schools allow us to distribute flyers, others don't. So we'll work with you on a unit by unit basis. If we can't get into the schools, maybe we can get it to some churches, that kind of thing. And we can work with you on how to best do that. And if we need to work on some of those relationships, maybe meeting with some principals and things, we certainly can do that to see if we can do that. So that's the big questions. I don't know, Ashton, do you have any other thoughts or anything you want to share?
If anyone attending or afterwards have any questions, please send me an email. You should have my email address, considering we did email everyone prior to tonight about attending.
Yep, and we'll make sure that when we send this out, we'll send Ashton's contact information. So he is the one that you need to get in touch with as far as if you're participating or not, and your date once you have it. And then we'll work with those units specifically to do this. And this is not going to be a one-time deal. So if your troop is not in a position to do it this year, we certainly can look to next year to do it again, and we'll tweak it from the things we learned. So again, if you have any questions, get in touch with Ashton. we'll send out his contact information in the email. Otherwise, thanks everybody for participating this evening. Ashton, I'll give you the last word.
Like Eric mentioned, thanks everyone for attending. If you have any further questions or concerns, please send me email. If you don't have it for whatever reason, I can have Eric get it to you when we send out this information, and I will do my best to answer it. If I can't, I will then pass it on to the right people. Have a good night, everyone, and take care.